Hey guys, welcome to Technibility. I'm Berge, and what we have here today is a Galaxy S4 and an iPhone 5 running iOS 7. So you have the Galaxy S4, which is running 4.2.2 with TouchWiz. Basically, you can see that right here on About Phone. 4.2.2. Okay, Jelly Bean. So everything on this is stock. It's not rooted. There are no custom ROMs. But with the iPhone, you have a Beta 2 build of iOS 7, which was just released. Beta 3 is about to be released, I believe, on July 7. So, of course, it's the best of both worlds here. iPhone 5 A6, dual-core processor, triple-core GPU, and with the S4, you have the quad-core 1.9 GHz Snapdragon 600 with 2 gigs of RAM. But we're not really going to delve into hardware here, guys. Just going to do a quick few-minute video on the software differences. And the reason I wanted to do this was because one of the first things I thought of when I saw iOS 7 was, damn, they made it look a lot like the Galaxy. For all the lawsuits that they filed against Samsung, just the whole, I don't know, maybe not the color scheme per se, but just the vibrancy of it is very Samsung Galaxy-esque. So on that note, let's just go ahead and do a few tests here. First thing first, let's open both app stores, see which one opens first. Okay, so Galaxy won that. Let's go ahead and look at few apps here. Alright, let's go ahead and open the internet for both. Okay, so the iPhone opened, but you know what, I haven't really closed out all the apps, so that was really not fair. But in any case, let's go ahead and load up a website. Alright, let's do Engadget here. Okay, Engadget. It's going to load up the mobile site here, so not a fair representation, but better than nothing. Alright, so we got Engadget going on both phones. Obviously, you're going to notice a huge difference here with the Galaxy is that it's a 5-inch display, Super AMOLED, 1080p, rocking about 441 pixels per inch. Okay, you can see with the iPhone, you see that little thing turning right up there? It means it's still loading the website. The Galaxy is done. It looks like the iPhone is still loading something. Now, just looking at both screens on the offset, both are at 100% brightness. The iPhone tends to be a little bit brighter. It has a higher lux rating is what they call it, so in direct sunlight, it just looks better. But the Galaxy S is just so much more, I don't know what the word is here, sharp, I suppose, because when you're dealing with 441 pixels per inch, you may not think a 1080p is really much of a difference from, say, the quote-unquote retina display of an iPhone. Believe me, guys, it's a big deal. It's a big difference. Now, in terms of just like overall use and fluidity, Apple used to have the edge here. They really did. But as soon as Project Butter was released, and you have triple buffering now with that, just Android has gotten so much smoother. I mean, I'm panning through the screens. Obviously, there's no icons here. If I just go ahead and put something on the home screen, if I'm just panning through screens is completely buttery smooth. Same as the iPhone. And actually, with iOS 7, even though it's a beta build, it has been sort of laggy. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Perception thing, I'm big on lag. I'm big on making sure my phones are smooth. A lot of times people install custom launchers, but I like to keep the phone stock. Unless I'm installing a custom ROM, obviously. You can see everything is zippy, immediate. Like, basically, as soon as I take one of these apps and drag them onto the home screen, it's immediate. If I want to move it around, I can do as such. Obviously, you can add widgets. If I want to do a voice search via Google Now, hey, how you doing? Immediately responds. Weather. Immediately responds. And obviously, over here, you have Siri.
75 degrees and clear in Glendale.
Weather. Siri takes her jolly time. It's a beta, guys. I mean, again, there's so many problems with this beta build, but even with the problems at bay, you have a lot of people talking about how great iOS 7 is. Again, I have my likes and dislikes in relation to it, but just as an overall daily driver, I suppose it's pretty stable, but you know, it depends. It depends on really whether or not you're one of those people who likes having the latest and greatest, or you're one of those people who wants the most stable build around. With the Galaxy S4, it's 4.2.2. There has been a 4.3 leak. I mean, everything has already been pretty much said about the Galaxy S4. You got the hover view, obviously the air view. You got the eye scrolling charade. You got all sorts of different gimmicks that, whether or not they're gimmicks, they are features, and they do add to the experience. And obviously, with the amount of phones that Samsung continues to sell, it's definitely something that the consumer market is asking for. So you have S Pen features here, which is really cool, something that you originally only saw on Note devices. Now you can actually get here with the Galaxy S4. You have obviously all sorts of different apps that you can download from the Play Store. Games, if you want to see what games run, how games look on it, we can go ahead and run Plants vs. Zombies. I don't think I have any games here on this iPhone. Believe it or not, I've tried running some games on this iPhone with iOS 7 and they just keep crashing, so I just said forget about it. Just look at that beautiful screen, 5-inch display, Super AMOLED, 1080p, which is really cool. Immediate to my touch, basically, responds immediately. Quick play, whatever it is. Okay, Plants vs. Zombies here. See a little intro. Super AMOLED doesn't display the blacks in terms of an LCD, so you're gonna get darks. And if I exit, it's immediate. Okay, exiting's immediate. Double tapping on the home button gets you voice. Holding the home button gets you multitasking, which you could just swipe away here or just click on close all, which immediately closes everything out. If I long press on the home screen, I get the apps, widgets, folders, set wallpaper. Obviously, you have the notification bar with the quick settings right here, which is comparable to what iOS 7 has now done with their control center. One just goes up, one just goes down. Android has had this on their OS for quite a while now. And the thing about Android is that with custom ROMs, you can customize this. With jailbreak as well, with iOS, you can customize it. But in any case, it's something that we've seen on Android, so I'm not too impressed with that. But just overall usage and just overall smoothness and fluidity and everything that you're going to get, the bells and whistles, the apps, the games, the ecosystem, Android's really caught up in many ways. And with that said, I think the Galaxy S4 has become the measuring stick of Android phones. Obviously, you have the HTC One, which is a great phone, no doubt about it. But in terms of consumer acceptance, the Galaxy S4 has become what the iPhone once was. Not to say the iPhone's still not immensely popular, it is, but Samsung has really just upped it a notch, especially in the American market. The consumer acceptance is there. They become Burger King to the iPhone's McDonald's. They become Reebok to the iPhone's Nike. So with that said, guys, just a quick overview of both softwares. iOS 7, obviously, where you have the animations and the folders and all the good things. I've done maybe about 6 reviews on iOS 7, so I don't want to delve too deep into it. You know, you got the multitasking, and you can swipe. If I'm in the settings, for example, and I go here to Notification Center, I can just swipe back to get back to whatever settings it was I was in. I would love for them to implement swipe right here in the notification bar, but that's not going to happen. With Android, obviously, you could just swipe away notifications and whatnot. So, just a quick overview, guys. iOS 7 on an iPhone 5 Beta 2 against Galaxy S4 running 4.2.2 with TouchWiz. What would I prefer?